Hello, Silver Foxes. This is the voice of Mr. Lentz coming to you through the power of the internet. I hope all of you are doing well, staying safe, staying clean, washing your hands, and getting adjusted to this new digital classroom environment that we've had to adopt. Also suddenly, because of the dire straits that our world is in right now. I'm just kidding. But I've actually come here to help you become even more adjusted to this classroom environment. If you haven't already picked up on the idea now, you will soon find out that one of the primary ways we will be communicating, teachers and students, will be communicating with one another is through email. Now, students, you may not know this, but teachers get a lot of emails on a regular basis, every single day. So I'm here to give you guys some tips on how to write an effective email. But first, let's look at what an ineffective email looks like. So we've got a draft up. The student is messaging Miss McKeever. So they've typed in their recipient, but there's nothing in the subject line. And look at the message. Yo, teach. How much work I gotta do for the e-learning thing? Do I really have to do it? Change my grade. You have to. Mask face emoji, ambulance emoji, fire hazard emoji. And that's it. So unfortunately, this is an example of some of the kind of emails that we as teachers get from students. It's not very clear on what they want. Their tone changes throughout. Even at one point, these capital letters suggest that someone is angry or yelling. So this email needs a little bit of work. So let me show you an example of a good email. So here we have a student. He's got the same name as me. Typing an email to Mr. Morrow. And they have a subject line. So we know that this email is going to be about an e-learning tutorial. And we have a salutation. So kind of like in Charlotte's Web, when she spun the web in the corner of the barn with the greeting words, that's what a salutation is. It's just a greeting. So hello, Mr. Morrow, and then we get into the body of the email, which is typically where we would put the information that the email is about, or the request if we're asking for something. So the body of this email. I hope this email finds you well. Oh, that's nice. That's polite. I've been having trouble formatting the emails I send to my other teachers. They believe that I am yelling at them. You think it's because I left the caps lock on? When you have the time, would you mind sending me a copy of the email format handout you gave us last week in class? I think it will really help when I try to contact Miss Grant in the future. Thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Sincerely. These last couple lines, that's what we call a closing remark or closing remarks. And then the sender usually will end the email with a signature. So I think this email would be pretty safe to send off. And a little tidbit, a little hint. Most of you, I'm sure, already have Grammarly installed on your Chromebooks. Grammarly can detect the tone of your email. So these little hands are like, woohoo, yeah, you've done a good job. So I think this one would be the better one to send off if we were asking for some help or for some clarity of some kind. So please give this video a review again, and keep it in mind the next time you are emailing your teacher or even a friend, asking them for some help or some advice. Thank you. Stay safe and wash your hands.